student at Columbia University. So today's video, I'm going to share that how I use my iPad to prepare for an exam or just study in general. So since I got my iPad, I stopped using papers to study or read in general. So I use GoodNotes to basically do all my studying, but I know there are other apps have the same functionalities. So the way I structure my GoodNotes is for each semester I have an individual folder for it. For example, for the past semester, I've been using the Columbia Spring 2022. So in this folder, you can see that there are another 6 folders. I basically create a folder for each class that I'm taking. For example, I'm taking 5 classes this semester, and I am also doing a part-time RA, so I created another folder for that. Normally, at the beginning of the semester, I will create another 2 notebooks. One is called homework and the other one is called notes. So for example, this class I'm taking is called analysis and optimization. So I create one notebook called analysis and optimization homework, and the other one is called analysis and optimization notes, which are pretty self-explanatory. One's for homework and the other one is for taking notes. So for textbook, normally I will find the PDF version of the textbook, and I will input the PDF textbook into GoodNotes, and I will put all the documents or files the professor provided into this class folder. So when you study for a class, so you can just directly go to the class folder and search everything in that folder. Normally you can do highlight on the textbook, and then you can take notes, and also you can search a keyword, which can save you lots of time. When you think there is a very important page that you need to remember, just mark it favorite, and later you can find it in the favorites. For taking notes, it usually depends on how the professor taught the class. Normally, if the professor provides lecture slides or notes before the class, then I will just put them into the folder, and then I will just take notes on that slides, notes, or whatever they're using to taught their lectures. And if they don't provide any digital notes or slides, then I will just create another notebook called notes, and I will just take all the notes in that notebook. In terms of doing homework, I always have a notebook called homework, and I like the homework questions, and my answers are in the same notebook, so later when I'm preparing for the exam, I can go back to this homework notebook and then just look through it. The way I do it is, if the question is in the textbook, then I will just go to the textbook and then use the lasso tool to take a screenshot of the question, and then I can just choose copy the question and then go to my homework notebook, paste it over here, and then you can change the size of the question the way you want. And also that works for if the professor is giving a PDF of the homework questions, I will do the same. And usually after the professor gave the answers, I will check on my answers and use the red pen to write down the correct answer. If I did it wrong, if it's right, I will do a little check mark to show that I did this question right. When I'm reviewing for exam, I normally will do 3 things. One is reviewing for all the homeworks, second is create a cheat sheet, and 3 is do practice exams. If a professor allows you to take a cheat sheet to the exam, then an iPad is a perfect tool. Normally, there's like a size requirement for the cheat, so you can use iPad to minimize the word size you are writing, and then maximum the amount of information you can put on the cheat sheet. So if the professor only allowed handwriting cheat sheet, then you can choose the resize option, and you can move things around, which is really handy when then you found out, oh, you're running out of space and you still have more stuff that you want to put on the cheat sheet. And if the professors allow you to take screenshots, then you can just do the same thing, put many information as possible from your notes, the textbooks, or whatever the professor has provided, and try to print the cheat sheet before you go really crazy, and just test and see whether you can actually see the word of the size you put on your cheat sheet, because sometimes you can make it too small and hard to see. If the professor practice exams, then it's a great way to prepare for the exam, because active recall is probably the best way to study, and you can totally do that on your iPad. In terms of planning, I also use Google Calendar, which is more automatic. They will send you notifications, but I also like to use GoodNotes so I can actually write everything down. And also you can move things around because everything is digital. I normally create a notebook called Planner and I open it. There are a couple options of planner templates. Depends on you want to do it monthly or weekly. And basically that's how I do all my studying on iPad with GoodNotes. Hopefully this is helpful. And thanks for watching.